we're going to have a side-by-side of my Hazy IPA Batch 1 and Batch 3. Now, Batch 2 is not included because I used a different hop and it's not the same. And I just wanted to talk about these two. Are they similar? Yes. Are they different? Yes. So I did do a standalone review for both of them, so if you want to check that out, I will link this up here. But I mainly wanted to talk about the honey malt. So both of them were a small batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. So the base, or what they have in common, so 2 pounds of Rahr premium Pilsner malt, 2.4 ounces of flaked wheat, 2.4 ounces of white wheat. So that's what this one has. This one just adds 2 ounces of honey malt to it. Same hop schedule, same everything, just that honey malt was used. Now for the ABVs, they are different. So the batch one was 4.63%. Beersmith did have it at 5.3%, so it is on the lower side. Now, batch 3, the one using the honey malt, ended up to be 6.89%. So a whole 2 points over what it should be. But as you can see from the head, they both use the same carbonation tablets, 4 of them out of the same bag, and for whatever reason we had a better head on the batch 1. Now color, I think, is where you're going to see the biggest difference. I do know people that use honey malt in like New England IPAs just to give it a little bit of sweetness. If that's what you want, you could put it in milkshake IPAs, hazy IPAs, pretty much whatever you wanted. But this is what I got from adding the 2 ounces of honey malt, is a different color. And could that be due to the IPA or the ABV? No. You can have 2 beers that are exactly the same color and have way different ABVs. It's going to be the honey malt. So I'm pretty sure you guys can tell from that. The batch 3 is oranger than the batch 1. Batch 1 almost looks like my Tropical Session White IPA. For haziness, I'm guessing it's just the color, but the orange one, batch 3, does look a little hazier. I can't see through it as much, but it could also just be, I mean, I can barely see the light box in batch 1. So it could be just that color, that SRM being a little darker is shading that light box out. Let's go ahead and smell. Because again, same hops are used in both. Yeah, like a fruity, more citrus. Sweet malt. But I can say, because I did do a review of these on their own, the smell I'm getting out of batch 1, that citrus note, is what I taste in batch 3. Let's go ahead and taste. More bitterness is coming through. It is, and I don't know, I don't think I picked up on that earlier. I almost think I said I didn't. As this one's warming up, I am getting a little bit more sweetness out of there, and I think that's what you would get because it didn't attenuate all the way. So there is a little bit more sugar in there. But I get the coconut in the back end, like fruit, more citrus bitterness in the taste, but that bitterness continues along with that coconut, really kicks in the aftertaste. Yeah, I get sweet malt. Batch 3 is smoother. It seems like, okay, there's honey in there, nice and smooth, but obviously I didn't add honey. It's all from the malt. But that 2 ounces of honey malt really change the profile of these beers. I get the citrus profile, but I think there's some floral in there, and that's what I was saying about the smell. That the taste of that citrus floral in batch 3 kind of hits the smell of the citrus in batch 1. Just that little bit. This would be a hard one. I think for summer, I would rather have batch 1, but for winter, because it's almost like it's thicker, because you're getting that malt, that honey malt coming through, a little bit more sweetness, makes me think of a double IPA. So I would rather have batch 3 in the winter, but I need to do something like this again to see if I can come closer in ABV. I'm not sure why batch 1 finished so low. I don't know. I wish I would have taken notes, because what I did do was I got a packet at the homebrew store. I'm pretty sure I cut it open, I poured some in, then I made a starter with the rest. So batch 3 would have a starter, so maybe there was a lot more yeast cells in there versus what I poured in batch 1. So maybe I'll have to do something like this again in spring to see what that does, but that does help me, because right now I'm making porters, and I have another bag of the British Ale 5, and I was just going to pour some in, then make a starter. Maybe I'll take that and make a starter so everything's a little bit more even. It could be the way I pitch the yeast, because these are only a couple days apart. Yeah, this is 9/24, this is 9/28, so 4 days apart. So I would have definitely had to make a starter. And what I was doing is, after I made batch 1, I made a starter, I used some of it, I made another beer, I used some of it, I made another starter, take it up to 2 liters, and then I used that again until I got down to 1 liter, then I put it in the fridge. So, so if you're using honey malts, it could drastically change the grain bill. For the ABV though, Beersmith, like I said, wanted batch 1 to be 5.3%. For batch 3, just adding that 2 ounces of honey malt, it was 5.5. So there's no reason they should be 2% off. But hey, good experiment. I'll drink both of them probably, but I'll probably drink this now because it's snowing outside. So yeah, let me know if you've done anything like this in the comments below. If you like this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.